In this session, we're going to be looking at adding vectors graphically. You've already looked at how you may add vectors using them in their column format. Today, we need to represent those vectors on a graph and show what happens graphically when we're actually adding two vectors. So let's take, for example, vector A and vector B. As you know, a vector has both size and direction, and the arrowhead indicates which direction we're going in. This will be our starting point, and here our ending point. We can represent these two vectors in their column format by checking how many units we move to the left or right and how many units we move up or down. So let us start with A. We recognize that we move 1 unit to the right and 2 units upwards. Therefore, this vector is represented by 1, 2. You can check it again. You're moving 1 unit to the right, so that's positive 1. And then you're moving from here 2 units up. 1, 2, positive 2. So let's look at B. We're starting at this point and we're ending where the arrow is. Now in some cases you may see your arrow indicator in the middle of the vector. That's not a problem. It is simply showing you the direction that the line is going in. So we start at this point. We always check the movement left or right first, then the movement up or down. So we know that at this point, we're moving from there to 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right. And from there, we're moving 1, 2 units downward. So if we're moving 4 units to the right, that is positive 4. So we put our 4 here. And if we're moving 2 units downward, 1, 2, that is actually negative 2. So we write our negative 2 here. So we now we have represented both vectors, A and B, in their column format, based upon what we have seen on the graph. Now we want to add vectors A and B. Now, you've already worked this out graphically. You've already worked this out using the calculations. Let us look at what happens when we add them graphically. Take, for example, if we were to move A, put it here, and then we're adding B to it. So, a vector B is being added to A, and we now have, from A we're going to this point. From this point we're adding B, and we will have A plus B. A plus B will actually be this new line that touches the two vectors. So look at it. You are actually starting from A to B. So we start at this point, we move up the line, move down to B, and we end at this point. So this is our resultant vector. This vector here is A plus B. Now we could look at this and determine what is the vector A plus B. Remember, we check whether we move left or right first, and then up or down. Let us count. From this point, 1, we move to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the right. Do we move up or down? No, the line stays horizontal. It moves neither up nor down. So then this movement is 0. So we have actually moved 5, 0. Let's see if we would actually get the same thing if we were to calculate the addition of 4, -2 and 1, 2. I'm sure you can do this quickly on your own. 4 plus 1 equals 5. And -2 plus 2 equals 0. So you see, we actually get the same thing as if we had done it on the graph. So this here represents what we actually did graphically. We took A, plus B, and we got the vector A plus B, which is 5, 0. The same as if we were to calculate 4 plus 1, 5, -2 plus 2, 0, and we will get 5, 0. That concludes the session.